Hey guys, what's up? So today I'm building a house, or renovating the streamlined singlet from New Willow Creek. I don't know, just too many words. For my Not So Berry Legacy Challenge thing that Little Simsley created, and I'll leave a link to it in the description. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm also in this video gonna include the CAS for my character. So, but a general overview of what the challenge is basically, it's like, so I haven't done the Legacy Challenge or the Berry Challenge, but this challenge essentially is just, from the description, she said it's basically just a kind of cash version of the two of them combined. But the basic rules, each heir must represent the color of the generation, like the hair, makeup, clothing, whatever. But the brightly colored skin of the berry challenge isn't necessary. Colors of the spouses don't matter as long as they aren't part of the challenge, unless otherwise stated. You can do whatever you want with them. Money cheats can be used, but not excessively, so not mother loading every 10 seconds, but I used free real estate to get my character into this house that I built, because tis was expensive for a starter home. You may live wherever you please, unless something is specified in the rules of a generation. I'm basically gonna go through each of the worlds until I run out of them and then cycle through, unless one of the generations says I have to live somewhere. But that could get interesting because I don't have all the packs, so we'll see. Each generation is supposed to complete the career and aspiration of the heir unless stated otherwise. And then you have to keep the lifespan on normal, which I have to double check because I have no idea what my lifespan is on right now. So first gen is Mint, and their traits I'll get into and all that jazz when we're doing the creative sim. But for right now, the general idea is just each generation complete their thingies. Coolio. But right now we're working on the kitchen, and I started playing this off camera because this is like my third video on YouTube, so I was like, I'm just gonna play it by myself, and I'm like, this is really boring if I'm not at least pretending like I'm telling people about it. So when I started playing it, I changed it because you'll see later, I'll put in stools on those island counters, and they don't work well. Like, the Sims don't automatically go to them, and that irritates me because there's not a dining table, so then she goes sits on the couch. I'm like, you're gonna spill your salad, but whatever. So I moved them, and they kind of cut into where the kitchen is right now, but you'll see in the screenshots, I believe. And then these windows, I struggled with them for so long. Like, this is sped up to 300, and it's still taking a long time. But I ended up, because I changed the wall height of the original house. Oh, my Sim's in there naked. See, that was the original Sim I played with, and I didn't feel like fully dressing her, so I just kind of put her there, because I had to go do something before I started doing the house. Anyway, so struggling with windows because they kept cutting into the counters, but the wall was too short, so I ended up making the wall taller again, I believe, later. I know I did it, I don't know when I did it. I think I did it when I edited it off camera. Oh well. But I really liked those windows over on the side, and I really wanted to keep them, but I don't know if I did. Let me see. Did I keep them? I did keep them. Yeah, I raised the wall height, and then I made those go up to the ceiling. Because they're also technically cutting into the molding at the bottom of the wall. So, it was a better fix. All around. Yeah. What else? this is supposed to be a starter home, so it's a very well-off starter home. So it's kind of bare, like the walls aren't very filled, there's not a lot of furniture in the house, but it's still a fairly nice starter home. Like, she doesn't have the cheapest appliances, she has all the nicer things, but for the most part, it's not super, like, filled, I guess, is the best way to explain it. So, yeah. I also changed the outside color of the house because it's hard to tell while you're building, but when I was taking the screenshots, I was like, that looks really gross with those two colors of the, because I really liked the mint on all the cats and dogs stuff, like their windows and doors that I used, but that dark green, it looks fine-ish, like watching it, but when I was taking the screenshots, it looked so gross, so I changed the outside of the house to white, but I kept all the rest of the green trim on the house because it looked fine, so. Also, they really need plain white and black curtains that swoop, like these ones, because they don't have any, so I had to use these, and like, it works, it does, but I don't like them at all. They're too much. Right now we're just building the living room, and I'm trying to figure out, I would find things that I really liked because they match the colors, and I was trying to figure out where to put them, so I'd put them down and then move them and then go mess with them later. But right now, messing with the living room because, so she doesn't have a dining table because she has the bar counter, so it didn't seem necessary for a starter home. And I didn't want to mess with any of the exterior because, I don't know. I already gutted the inside. So, I believe where the kitchen is used to be the bedroom, and then where, like, the living room's gonna be, where half of it was a bathroom, and then everything else was on the other side, and, like, where the office is was the kitchen. And I don't like that layout. For me, like, me personally, it bothers me whenever houses have bedrooms right near the front door. It just doesn't seem very secure. I try to avoid doing it as much as possible. And so I flipped everything. And when I was done with that, I didn't like I wanted the TV, but I didn't want to put it against that wall, and because I wanted the couch there. So I don't know. Eventually, once again during the gameplay, I put one of those like sideboard tables, the really skinny ones, and I put it in between the couch and the wall, and then I put one of the small TVs. I raised it up with the cheat. And put it up on there, because if you use the 9 key you can raise items, and if you use the 0 key you can lower them back down, and yeah, it's very useful. I know a lot of people do it, but I actually learned that from the Sim Supply, so that was helpful. My favorite thing to do is to take curtains, and if you can, normally the single pane curtains, if you size them up, they can fit 3 panes as long as you put them above the window and make sure they don't attach themselves to the window. But because they'll still snap to it, but you just have to make sure they don't. I'm just putting in some decorations and lights. The lighting in this house is pretty dim, actually. I might put in some hidden lights, but we'll see how it goes. But right now, we're just putting in some plants because, I mean, it's a mint green legacy generation, so you gotta have some plants in there. But it's actually fairly hard because I was watching, so the reason I started this challenge is because I was watching Vixella, and her challenge, and I know I'm so late on the bandwagon, but so she does more of the blue side of mint green, because mint is like the shower right now is actually perfect because the shower curtain is mint, but the shower tub is also mint. Because I actually had to pull up mint on Google Images because I was sitting here and I'm like, I don't know what is closer. So I just was watching it, and it's fairly annoying to try to pinpoint it without, like, if we were in The Sims 3 and we could, like, color it, then it would be fine, like, because that's perfect. But we can't, because in The Sims 4 we have swatches. And it was interesting. It was an interesting discovery. And I'll be struggling a lot. And actually, I put a bed in here and I changed it because one of my Sims slept on it, and within, like, the first night she was complaining. So we changed it to the canopy bed for city living. Right now we're just decorating the bedroom, and we're actually going to be finishing up in just a moment and then going into screenshots. So we just finish up the bedroom, and then I think we're just going to put in some curtains. Once again, curtains. I have so many issues with curtains. I think I used the same curtains from the living room, or what did I use? Oh, I sized. See, that's fairly smart. I'm such a smart human. But I think I'm gonna raise the windows. Yeah, I'm gonna put in the futon bed, which I actually really like this bed. It makes me mad that they don't think it's comfortable because it's so cute. It's like one of the only good beds. But alright, here are the screenshots. This is very quick, but you can see the kitchen, how I changed it. Office, bathroom, bedroom. Yeah, I use that bed instead. Alright. Now, creative sim. So, I was struggling because I didn't know how I wanted her to look, and I really liked the way that my other one looked, but I wanted it to be different so I didn't feel like I was repeating the same thing too much. So, I actually went on Instagram and found someone. I will probably put up the picture that I used, and I used them as inspiration. The sim doesn't look anything like them, but it was kind of just looking at them and seeing, because I was looking at her, the sim I have right now, and I'm like, this doesn't look like a real human. Like, this doesn't look like it would make sense and you would see someone with these facial proportions walking around. So I had to go onto Instagram and use her as inspiration. But I don't know. We'll see. I think it turned out okay. Let me know. Probably won't change it though. I'm pretty lazy. So I actually named her after a type of berry. So it's the Marin berry. And I'll probably put a picture up of it. But I was trying to figure out names, and I'm not very good at coming up with names, and I wanted something with M because it's the mid gen, and it's just easier for me to remember what gen they came from once we get further along. But I couldn't figure it out, and I was like, why don't I just name her after an M berry? And so I found this. So Marion berry is actually a type of berry. Kind of looks like a raspberry, and I made her a cat also, and that also is named after a berry. It's a Maya apple, or a May apple, and yeah, it's pretty neat. It's a weird. I'll probably continue with that because the next gen is rose, but so it could be, I don't know. There's raspberry, but that's kind of a weird name. So, but I'm pretty sure I saw some R berries, but we shall see. So, as I mentioned earlier in the video, if you made it this far, they have to have very specific traits, and they have to have a specific aspiration and a specific career. So the description for Generation 1 is, you are a mischievous scientist that really loves the color mint. You are career driven, but still make time for silly pranks and outings with your closest friends. You love luxury and want to make the best for yourself and your family. And the traits that you have to have are vegetarian, jealous, and materialistic. And if you see the traits, they're all green appropriately. And your aspiration has to be the chief of mischief. And you have to be a scientist, obviously. So, and then the rules for this generation, you have to master the scientist career and complete the chief of mischief's aspiration. You have to master mischief and logic skills and complete the elements collection. So, but it should be fairly easy, but we shall see. It might not be. Oh yeah, her hair. So these are custom content hairs because Sims 4 is just now starting to introduce more ethnic hairs, like not straight white hairs. And her hair isn't very ethnic, like it's a very tame hair, but I still like it because right now I don't like it because it's like normal green. And the other one is aqua, and there's no real like mint hair in The Sims 4 because even though it's a custom hair, it still does the Maxis swatches. And these are alpha swatches, and this mint I liked a lot more. So I used the same type of hair, but I used alpha swatches instead because, yeah, no. But it makes me sad. I wish they had included, obviously it's way too late now, but I wish they had included more pastel swatches for the hairs because there's only a few hair swatches, which is kind of frustrating, and they're all very vibrant. Like they have the one lavender, very, very light purple that kind of looks pink, and it doesn't, like why didn't they have that for a blue or like a green or pink or whatever? They have like hot pink, neon aqua blue, and then like a very dark royal blue and that green. It doesn't, it's one of those things where it's too late now, but if they had done it over, maybe they could have done that instead, but oh well. So, but I gave her, I think 4 outfits, maybe 4. I think I gave her 4. And I think they're all CC. I tried, after this outfit, I tried doing one that was at least base game content, like not base game, but like something from the creators. But there's not a lot of great, like I was looking at all of them and I'm realizing like all their pants and like their skirts, all that jazz, they all sit at very weird levels. Like I don't know if it's just me, but I never wear my skirt like right on top of my hips. It's just, I don't know, it doesn't make sense. Like I always wear it right above or right, or yeah, I wear them like right above, like where these are sitting. These shorts are pretty much the only good shorts that sit at like a normal level, and I actually use them. But I don't know, maybe it's just me. But I don't think they sit at like decent levels. They all sit kind of funny. So now we're going to formal wear. Fairly simple. I actually didn't include screenshots, and I'm sorry. So that's why I didn't cut any of the outfits out, and they're all there. So that way they're all seen and available. So I really liked these braids, but I couldn't, I think I used them. Did I use them? I think I did use them, and like the general idea is she got her hair braided, and when she got it braided, the braids are darker. Because I know you can braid in other pieces. Yeah, I love them. So that way, I don't know, just go with it. I like the braids. Because I even tried, like you saw me with the other ones, like I tried seeing if they looked kind of similar in that really light gray. They don't. It's very depressing. But sleepwear. do. I like having a bunch of options for sleepwear because Sims never change out of their pajamas, and like honestly same, but they never change out of them. So you might as well have a bunch of them because then they're always walking in that same outfit. So, and then party wear. We're almost done with her, and then we're gonna make the kitty. And I'm so glad we have that paint tool because I actually made the cat have little mint green stripes on them. So it's cute. I like cats. I have a cat. He's sitting next to me napping. But I'm gonna go ahead and stop the voiceover right now because all that's left is the cat and the outfit's just finishing up, and it's just gonna be swimwear in a second after this, but you can watch that. But yeah, let me know what you think of the video, if there's anything I can fix. I'm really sorry about the static sound, that's why the music's kind of louder, and I'll try to fix it. Like I said, this is my third-ish video on YouTube, so give me a break. But yeah, thanks for watching. Like, comment, whatever. Toodles. Stay tuned.